Hello there, welcome once again to Living on Purpose. This is Fola Daniel at Delisi, and today I'm going to be talking about mindset. You need to understand what mindset is and how mindsets are formed. Now, your mindset is simply a set of belief system, and you need to understand that your mindset eventually forms your attitude, your behavior, the way you treat other people, the way you talk to other people. How is your mindset formed, or what exactly is mindset? I like the way Pastor Sam Adeyemi explains mindset because he's an engineer. Now, he says that when you have a cast, like a wooden frame put together by a carpenter, and you mix concrete and pour the concrete into that cast or that frame, over time, the concrete will solidify, and at that point, it becomes difficult to break. It's the same process for what sets into your mind. Please note that the word mindset can be broken into two, and you have mind and set. So we can simply say that mindset is what are set into your mind. So the same way the concrete sets into the cast is the same way things are setting into our minds. Now, here's the problem. If the wrong things are setting into your mind, then you will have the wrong mindset. But if the right things are setting into your mind, then you will have the right mindset. Another way to look at mindset is to think about water. Water does not have any shape of its own. If you pour it on the ground, it flattens with the ground and will be sucked up eventually. But if you pour the same water into a container and put it in a refrigerator, over time it will freeze and it becomes ice. When you take it out and remove it from the container, you then have ice that has taken the shape of the container. One of the things that you will notice about the ice and the concrete is that when they become set, both of them become a bit more difficult to break. So you need to understand that if the wrong thing sets into your mind, it becomes difficult to unlearn, to remove, to uninstall, as they say in the computer terminologies. Now that takes me to computers because they also help you to understand mindset. When computers are manufactured, the manufacturer understands that computers will be used differently by different individuals. So they will leave space for you to install your own softwares, while there will be some softwares that are pre-installed. The pre-installed softwares will help the computers to function the way the manufacturer expects the computer to function. The softwares that you will now install are the softwares that will help you customize the system to your own taste. Now that tells us something. There are inbuilt abilities or capacities that God has given to all of us, which in this case is the manufacturer. So there are certain things that are normal to every human being. Every human being must be able to talk. Every human being must be able to breathe. Every human being should be able to walk. Every human being should be able to see. So those are the things, those are like the pre-installed softwares from the manufacturer, which is God. Now, the ones you now download from the App Store would be the things that you are taking in on a daily basis. When a computer begins to misbehave, sometimes you just have to check some of the softwares. If it is a software issue, what you do is to quickly uninstall that software, and you notice that your computer will be fine. So there are times you have taken in the wrong information, which has formed a mindset for you. You need to unlearn those things that you have learned. You need to dispense the wrong information so that you can begin to do the right thing. Now, you remember that your mind is like concrete, mixed concrete solidifying, water becoming ice, and softwares being installed into a computer system. It's a bit more helpful to understand that when computers begin to misbehave, sometimes you don't have a choice other than to format the entire system because one software or one virus has infected everything on your system. Now that's a painful thing because it may mean that you would lose all your files if you don't have a backup system. Unfortunately, as human beings, there are times or seasons in our lives when we have to go through that kind of system because we may have learned too many wrong things and we have believed it for too long and operated with it that it has destroyed several other things. So you need to understand that the things that you take into your mind, they don't go in there so that they can pass out naturally. Whatever you take into your mind sets into your mind. So my question for you is, are you setting the right things into your mind? When you wake up, when you go to places, when you look around, what you're doing on a daily basis is similar to what the mason or the bricklayer, as we call them here, is doing, because you are laying brick upon brick for your mindset. You are putting information upon information to form a mindset for you. You need to be a bit more conscious of what goes into your mind, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. If you don't even need to tell me what you are or what you look like. You don't need to tell me who you are. The way I would know your mindset is to listen to you. When I hear you talk, when I see you behave for a few minutes, I can totally understand your mindset. And that is why you don't even need to argue with anybody about your mindset. Once you open your mouth to talk, you automatically become a reflection of your mindset. I hope that you are a good reflection of the good things that are set into your mind. But if you're not, or you understand that there are certain things that are wrong, you can do what we often do to our mobile phones: uninstall some apps that should not have been installed into your mind in the first place. Format a certain segment of your storage in your heart that should not have been allowed to take on too many things in the first place, and consciously begin to consume the right thing that will give you the right mindset. Because you need to remember, your mindset is never hidden. The only part of your mindset that is hidden is the consumption that you had. But your behavior and your thought pattern or your thought processes are obvious reflections of your mindset. I hope that you have learned something from that. Thank you for listening. Please head on out to youtube.com/Fola Daniel Speaks.